What you doing? What you doing? You're holding the camera. What you doing? You're holding the camera. You're holding the camera. You're holding the camera. What you doing? You're holding the camera.
Welcome back to Cheeto Crew, guys. It's your host Cheeto, and today in episode 7 we're going to be doing something a lot different. What we're going to be doing is diving into some topics that people don't really talk about these days. Too many people are focused on their phones. They're too focused on which vacation spot they're going to next, which dinner they're going to order out from DoorDash or something. Everybody's focused on different things, but some of these topics that we'll be talking about today are some topics that people should slow their lives down and take some time to just think about a little bit. First topic that we're going to dive into today is going to be the word peace. Now, peace, a lot of people can define this in a lot of different ways. My definition personally is being in a place where your life feels like it's balanced. Not that you're content, but your life is balanced to the point that you feel like you're not in as much stress. You're not stressing, you feel free, you feel happy, and you feel all those things. You have the people around you that you really want around you, and everything just seems to be going your way. That's what I feel like peace is. Now let's check out what Google has to say about the definition of peace. Now, the Google's definition of peace is that peace is a concept of societal friendship and harmony in the absence of hostility and violence. All right, now let's slow that a little bit down so we can break it down and try to understand exactly what they're saying. That peace is a concept of
societal friendship and harmony in the absence of hostility and violence.
Now, some of those words was kind of hard for me to pronounce, so I know that I don't even understand some of those words. I know that you don't understand some of those words. Now it continues to go into, in a social sense, peace is commonly used to mean a lack of conflict and freedom from fear of violence. So peace is a lack of conflict and a freedom from fear and violence. Peace is freedom from fear and violence. That's the definition Google has to say. Now, do you feel like if you have violence in your life, you would be at peace? Can you have violence and have peace? Or you'll have to go with one of them? Now, this brings up a topic of the peace and the whole violence thing. This takes me to the whole Ukraine and Russia incident that's going on right now. Violence is going on right now. And it's clearly that there's no peace for the people. So I'm thinking maybe you can't have them together. You got to have either or. You can't have the peace and have violence. You can have violence, but you can't have peace. Now, what the people really want is the peace. They don't want to go to war. They don't want to lose their country. If you think that peace is going to be a different definition, please comment down below. Let us know exactly what you think about this word peace. I do like the word though. I know whenever I think of peace, I think calm. Still, everything's just not moving, not busy city. I'm thinking more like nature. Being out in nature where there's no human, you can be out there. You're the human out there, but where there's nature, there's the trees, the animals, the rivers, everything's flowing. In a place where no humans are really around, that's where I'm going to say is where peace is located. Now that we're done talking a little bit about peace, let's move on to our next topic. The next topic is going to be happiness. Happiness. Now, a lot of y'all question me like, Cheeto, why you coming up with some of these funny ass topics? Well, the reason why I came up with these topics is because I've been thinking about them for a long time, and it's the simple things that people don't even really be thinking much about. They think about different things. Now, I feel like in order for you to balance your life out, to be at that peace state, to be happy with yourself and where you are in life, you need to be able to to know exactly what these things mean to you. The topics that I'm going to be talking about here today. The first one was peace, and now we're moving on to happiness. I know happiness for me is being in a place where I'm enjoying the people around me, enjoying my life of the way things are going, not being content, but happiness to me is being full of joy, being full of laughter. Not necessarily you have to be laughing, but be, when you feel that like warm feeling in your heart where you're like, yeah, this is right. What I'm doing here is correct. That's where I think happiness comes from. I think that if you're in a situation where you're doing something that you really want to do instead of something that somebody else wants you to do, you'll find your happiness that way as well. Now, can you get your happiness from other people? Yes, you can definitely get your happiness from other people, but the happiness from the other people will not come unless you have that happiness for yourself as well. Let's check out what Google's definition is for happiness. What does happiness mean? All right. Happiness, the term happiness is used in a context of mental or emotional states, including positive or pleasant emotions, ranging from contentment to intense joy. Okay, so kind of like similar to what we're saying, when you're feeling that joyful feeling, full of joy, you're full of happiness, you're full of smiles or whatever that makes you feel warm on the inside. Happiness for me though, I feel like I'm in a place, in a state of happiness as of right now. Being able to have my own little studio set up, that brings me happiness. For other people, it might be something as buying their first new car, first new home, having a child. That can bring people happiness as well. For some people, it's just something as simple as being able to afford their rent for the month. That can bring them happiness. So people see these things in a lot of different ways. If you think that the happiness definition that we spoke about here today is wrong and you have a different definition for happiness, please comment it down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say about some of these topics, and then maybe we can take a look at it again in a future video as well. Our next topic here and our last topic of the day is going to be unity. The word unity. Now, when I first hear this word unity, I think togetherness, I think united, I think family. That's what I think about. Unity for me is going to be, like I said, being together, being supported, having somebody have your back, having people have your back, gathered together and for the same cause. That's what unity is to me. Now let's check out what Google has to say about unity. All right, so unity definition on Google is the state or quality of being one or united into a whole. That's an interesting, I understand it, but that's an interesting way to put it. The state or quality of being one or united into a whole. Now, to break that down for you, a state. So they're saying in a sense, the quality of being one, so being by yourself, or united into a group of other people and having that unity. Now, you can have the unity with yourself. That's what they're saying. You can be united, just you. But you can also be united together with a lot of people. Now, that's something I did not know. That definition actually is interesting. I didn't think unity as one person. I was thinking more as a lot of people, 5, 6, 10, a lot of people being put together. That's one of the big ones. At least here, like when you're thinking more like countries and populations and people and how the world's changing over time, unity is a big one that people need to talk about a lot more here around the world, not just here in the US, but also around the globe. I feel like it's a topic that people don't necessarily speak on. It's something we definitely gotta speak on, because we're not all united, and that's why people are going to war for no reason. All right. Anyways, guys, this is episode 7 of Cheeto Crew. Thank you guys for tuning in today. A big shout out to all our sponsors, all our supporters, GameCity as well as Outsiders Co. A big shout out to OllieX. Shout out to Convicted Battlers. Shout out to my boys Swiper E. Continue making music. Also, give a big shout out to DJ Loose. If you haven't been out to his studio yet, it's getting set up. It's almost in the process where it's almost finished. And right when it's finished and it's ready for the people to come and take a look at, we will be dropping the location and everything that will be coming with it, as well as a surprise that's actually coming with the studio that not a lot of people know about. So stay tuned here on Cheeto Crew. It's your boy Cheeto, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Chillin' in the house, and you know we getting lit. Yeah. Getting lit. Chillin' in the house, and you know we getting lit.